Well, hello and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Rita. I hope you all are doing well. Thank you for stopping by. We are going to talk about a case out of New York today where a woman was eventually arrested after having a confrontation with a squatter.
The police department doesn't have the lease?
No.
He's got no documentation.
Just bills.
So Adele, you're getting arrested right now?
I'm being arrested
For what?
for being in my own home.
What is happening across the country with squatters and with the lax laws that allow people to just walk right into your house, set up residence there, and yeah, they can just stay there until you can, sue them or in civil court and get them out. Granted, you are able to get a court date. All right. Apparently in New York, if you have 30 days to kick people out who have been squatting in your house. But there's no way of knowing because they don't require that these people show that they've been there 30 days. So these people can lie and say, yeah, I've been there 30 days and be perfectly fine. So what's going to happen then when she can't get a court date, this woman who was arrested, or she can't get a court date for, let's say, apparently the waiting list for a court date for civil cases like this is like 18 months. Now, let's say she can't get a court date. Is she going to continue to pay utilities, property taxes on this house? What would you do? Probably not, right? So what happens when you don't pay the taxes on your property? The state gets to keep it. And what do you think is going to happen when the state gets to keep it? They're going to turn it over. Either they're going to make a profit off of it or they're going to turn it over to some illegals or whatever they want to do with it, right? Chicago, there was another incident last year.
The owner of the home was my mother, and she passed away. And as the heir of the property, I was planning to sell it.
It's the house Karen Polk grew up in, the house her mother died in, a house she was trying to sell from where she lives, 500 miles away in Nashville, Tennessee.
I got a call from that agent stating that the person that went to the house for a showing was greeted at the door with someone inside already.
Now that this whole hubbub has happened in New York, it has alerted our newcomers, our new Americans that, hey, guess what? You can squat in these Americans' homes if they are empty, and you can basically take their homes. Let's look at this Venezuelan illegal alerting all his homeboys that, hey, they can come over here and squat in a property and the government won't even kick them out. Check this out.
So this illegal from TikTok is back, spreading a message that you guys won't believe. Now, he's speaking in Spanish like this.
Y creo que ese será.
So I'm going to read the subtitles for you. Let's get right to the video. My people have thought about invading a house in the United States because I learned that there is a law that says that if a house is not inhabited, we can expropriate it. Northern hoods here in the United States. Terrain deformation also applies. And I think that will be my next business. Invade abandoned houses. Since I have searched for some codes with my African friends and they told me that they already have about 7 expropriated houses. And as the saying Daddy says, you have to look for the way back and forth right now. Is to invade houses since we are in a street situation and it is the only way we have to avoid living on the street and not be a public burden So y'all heard that, right? So your man right here that has over 300,000 TikTok followers told his compadres, his amigos, hey, if you see an empty house or a building, just go inside of it and stay in there. That's U.S. law, is what he told them. So expect to see a lot more of that happening. Expect to also, at some point in the very near future, expect to see illegals trying to kick in your door and take your money, your food, your water, and rob you, you know? That's coming.
This was the plan all along. The plan was to confiscate your property, much like in Illinois, how they're doing that Safety Act. Embedded in that Safety Act, people can camp out basically in your yard. And the police says that there was a police chief that said, we can't even do anything. Our hands are completely tied. This law says people can camp out on your property, and you basically, if the police comes, all they can do is issue a ticket, like a warning, not even anything somebody has to pay. It is up to you to figure out how you want to deal with somebody who decides they're going to pitch a tent in your backyard. But in these New York, Illinois, places like that, they don't want you to own anything. So they are going to fight for the criminal to allow the criminal to stay on your property, because they know that if you have to, you're not going to want to pay for utilities, and you're not going to want to pay property taxes on a property that some squatter has taken over. So what's going to happen is the property inevitably probably is going to be relinquished to the state. And that is what they want. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this mess. Until next time, you guys take care. God bless. Ciao.